Today is pretty much reflection day. We're going to talk about a light that is a true trainer of champions. And if I thought that this thing had any emotion, I would honestly get up and salute it every time I walked in the room. This is the SOLARFORCE M9, and I picked it up years ago looking for a more pocketable thrower, slightly more than some of the other lights. It runs on one cell, 118-650, and it can tail stand perfectly. This is the upgrade XPL V6. When this light was first released, it was around, I think, 2013, when it had the XML2U2 emitter, which at the time was the newly released bad boy. The M9 boasts a 57 millimeter reflector, but it's very deep, as you can see. And while power is not its strong point, it is the most tank-like, stable and tough light that I have ever probably known. And I'll give you an idea of how. First of all, this belt clip is aftermarket. It's SOLARFORCE, but it's not meant for this light. And I was told that it wouldn't work, but it does. It fits right on the end. And the SOLARFORCE Masterpiece Pro, an older light, and the old Jacobs A60 have this same tailpiece, really robust tailpiece. For those of you who followed lights long enough to know. But this light, everything else on it is new. Mode switch, tactical tail switch, and it is truly an amazing player, which we'll go outside and see. Tactical momentary on, perfect flawless regulation, and no heat sag, because it's not running at its most powerful game. It's only running 658 lumens on high, but it will maintain that every last step of the way. It has a very nice and usable medium, which I don't know what it is, and then a very, very low mode. That's all, folks. It's a really good powerhouse that you can use, and I've used this, by the way, actively. Bars, bus stations, quinceañeras, anything you can imagine. Very difficult when I used to work in the field and do lay hands on people, having to remove disorderly people. I have dropped it a number of times. It's got a few scuffs on it here. I've gotten it wet. I have run it to the very last, and on every mode, if you run it out of power, it'll hold its brightness perfectly, and it'll just start blinking intermittently to let you know your battery is getting low, just as a courtesy. It's one of the best lights. And honestly, if you ever, this is a collector's item now because SOLARFORCE, as of May 2019, has gone out of business. But if you can ever get your hands on an M9, this will be one of the finest lights you ever own. It's running one cell. If you attach the second cell, which it comes with, it'll be a lot longer and slightly less wieldy and heavier, but it will be pushing 1200 lumens. This is only, like we said, 650. But it's rated at about 620. It's a little brighter than that. But you don't care on a light like this because of the functionality. No flickering, no playing around, no frills. It is a serious business light. And if, my good friend, you ever get the chance to come upon this wonderful little player, you snatch it up, because this will serve you like a trooper, and you will be glad you got a hold of it.